Hello and welcome to my channel. Hopefully a pleasant day, and today I'm unboxing the Bruce Lee Golden Harvest 4K box set from Arrow Video. Not going to spend too much time talking about it, but I just want to mention I do feel sorry for the people who actually got the exclusive Arrow version, the yellow one, because unfortunately a lot of people got theirs damaged. I don't think I've really heard of a single person who actually got theirs in mint condition, because when those arrived they were absolutely not padded or anything, no bubble wrap, which is very quite unfortunate, because these sets aren't cheap. These go for about 120, 130 pounds, and of course those went out of print as soon as people return them, because now those are going for about 500-600 pound on eBay, which is just really isn't fair. This is the more common one. You can get these from H&V and Zavvi. Unfortunately did have a little ding, I don't know why I'm moaning about that, but got it sealed for 105, so I'm quite happy for that price. I think this is still available on H&V on eBay, so we'll leave a link in the description to that if you do want to get it, because to be honest it is completely packed. So yeah, again, do feel sorry for the people who actually got theirs damaged, and hopefully people did get their refunds or even a replacement, which I highly doubt they did. Anyway, I think we'll get straight to the unboxing. Try and do this all in one go. So I think we'll start off with the J card. So usually with Arrow you get an absolute ton of special features, which is just a lot to go through. So there's a fine print in there somewhere. That's a really bad joke. Region B, technical aspects, you've got Dolby Audio, no Vision, or what's the other one, Atmos, but not too worried about that, and that's a little ding as you can see. So we'll try and take the J card off. Got a little bit of dust on there. You've got Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest. Don't know where else he shops. So you've got a nice picture of Bruce Lee there, sort of about to punch someone. Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest, just in case you forgot. And that's the title again. Sort of a nice matte finish around it. Beautiful artwork. Again, Bruce Lee. And you get about 7 films. So a decent amount. Especially, I think they're bringing out the rest at some point. But I'll keep a lookout for that. Some nice artwork there. You've got Chuck Norris, who he fights in one of the films. And again, you've got a Golden Harvest. That's the bottom, so it's sort of just studio credits. And again, that's the top. So we'll take the lid off, and we'll try and individually go through all of them. So we'll start off with the first one, the Big Boss. That's what I call my boss. But Bruce Lee, looks like he's fighting off someone there. Probably for the toilet. And that's tells you a little bit of write-up about the film. So limited edition 4K Blu-ray, and tells you all the stuff you get inside. So have a look through. So you've got a advertisement for something, Stream Killer Cult, brand new exclusive horror classics. Well, that's good to know. Arrow digital sort of thing, and sort of advertisement for something. So that's Big Boss. You've got it all written in, well, Chinese. That's your 4K. None of these actually contain a Blu-ray. They're all 4K. And you've got the 4K of the Big Boss. And you've got a picture of Bruce Lee there. Sort of makes sense as it's a set about Bruce Lee. And nice sort of digipack. Quite like that. The next one, the Big Boss, the Mandarin cut. So you get 2 versions. Interesting. So again, it tells you all about the write-up about the film there, all the stuff you actually get inside, the special features and that. And again, there's your 4K Ultra HD. And again, you've got sort of Bruce Lee about to kick someone. It's a nice artwork on the inside there. And that's the front and the back. The next one, Fists of Fury. I get like that sometimes. And that's your inside artwork. And again, you've got your 4K Ultra HD disc. Don't put that to one side. Fists of Fury. And of course, you've got a fist coming out of, well, a fist of fury. And that's the front and the back. And you've got sort of a ton of special features there. And yeah, went very quiet then. The Weight of the Dragon. This is a one-way fight. It's off Chuck Norris. Sort of a very legendary fight. That's your 4K Ultra HD, the Weight of the Dragon. And of course, you've got, again, Bruce Lee. It's nice artwork on the inside there. And again, sort of a ton of special features. And again, the write-up about the film. So, nice artwork on that. Next one, Enter the Dragon. Probably my personal favourite. I did do a video on the Enter the Dragon Collector's Edition from H&V. Sort of went quite well. Enter the Dragon 4K Ultra HD one. No, actually it's not, it's a Blu-ray. Yeah, I do remember now. I think a lot of people mentioned that you can't actually get the 4K version of Enter the Dragon actually in the set, which is sort of a bit weird. You know, why have a 4K set without a 4K disc? But they've done that, so at least I got the 4K to watch. So no, not too really fussed about that. But it is a bit cheeky, they didn't bother putting that in. Got some nice artwork there. Well, nothing really there on the right side. So again, some nice artwork on the front and the back. So of course you've got Bruce Lee with some nunchucks, because that's sort of his thing. The next one is Game of Death, and again you've got your 4K Ultra HD disc there, and that's your inside artwork, which is the one on the right is just sort of an enlarged version of the one on the left with a slightly different background, but not to worry about that. So I think, if I remember, he fights off some really tall bloke. If I remember, is he a basketball player? I think he does some sports. I know he's a sort of, well, sportsman. That's the, probably say on here. Yeah, well, don't really mention anything, but that's the front and the back. So really nice artwork on that. Can't really say anything bad about Arrow for that, because the artwork usually looks really nice. Game of Death alternate versions. So this is a Blu-ray with the alternate versions on it. You got Bruce Lee about to kick someone. Again, that's sort of his thing. The front and the back of the artwork, which is with a slight sort of, well, horror picture. Don't know if that's just me. So that's the front and the back. So didn't even know there's alternate versions of this. So, but apparently there is. So nice sort of white background there. Next one, the final Game of Death. No, it's the last one, I swear. And that's your Blu-ray. And that's the inside of the artwork. So gone for sort of a white and black design. Quite interesting, looks good. Front and the back of the digipack. And I think we're nearly there. There's quite a lot on this. So Game of Death 2, Tower of Death. Very subtle title. And this is a Blu-ray, which is a sort of a bit strange for a 4K set again, but you know, I think it was probably mentioned in the description when people bought this, but still, you know, should have really added that in there. But that's the front, that's, well, not the front, that's the inside artwork, sort of posters and that. The final act, the very last one, Legacy of the Great Bruce Lee. Is this his final film? Couldn't be. Bruce Lee himself, Tong Long, I'll probably just butchered that, as his brother, and that's the front and the back. 5 years. Oh yeah, well, 1988. Game of Death becomes a werewolf phenomenon 5 years after the death of Bruce Lee's star. Blimey, yeah. Well, sort of a shame. Sort of died quite young, if I remember. But yeah, you know, will be missed. So Bruce Lee, the man and the legend. So you've got legend twice, just so you know he's a legend. And again, you've got a Blu-ray there of the man and the legend, and the legend and the legend of the Bruce Lee. And that's your inside artwork. Down the side, something that'd be probably on a magazine. Sort of interesting design choice. That's the front and the back. So put that to one side. So that's all the digipacks you get in this set. I think there's just a couple more things to unbox. You've got a blinking massive book, loads of art cards, posters. That's the bottom of the box. So you've got some dragons around there, sort of appropriate, and something written in Chinese. So put that to one side. I think we'll go through all the art cards, which is a lot. Bruce Lee is dynamite. Well, we all know that. Sort of a nice matte finish on the little envelope thing. I don't know really what you call it, but I'll open it up because it feels quite heavy. And we'll go through all of them because there's actually an absolute ton in here. Now they really went all out, Arrow, with this. It's a shame they couldn't provide some bubble wrap. That's a little dig, I know, but it's true. So you've got some poster artwork. Bruce Lee, you know, evil on earth could survive a fury. That was Bruce Lee. Big boss. Game of Death. You've got some alternate things on the back. So Bruce Lee sort of talking to someone, Bruce Lee in the sort of iconic jumpsuit. And again, Big Boss, Game of Death. So we'll go through all of those. It's probably going to take a while. Bruce Lee challenges the underworld to a game of death, and of course he wins. So Bruce Lee fighting someone. Next one, Bruce Lee, a game of death, and some sort of fighting going on there. Game of death, there's quite a lot. Fighting someone there, he's got a hammer or something. Bruce Lee, game of death, and that's where he fights a sort of really tall bloke. Bruce Lee in a car with sunglasses, and Way of the Dragon. So sort of kicking about someone there without even having a look. Bruce Lee, once more, the Colosseum echoes the sound of a fight to the death. Another poster, fighting off someone there, nunchucks. Fighting Chuck Norris, really good fight. Bruce Lee, The Way of the Dragon, and you know, she doesn't really want to do anything, she wants to get Bruce Lee to fight everyone. Way of the Dragon, Bruce Lee throwing someone about. Bruce Lee, someone with a gun, he's smiling. Well, probably don't end well for them. But next one, Fist of Fury. So he fights a whole dojo, if I remember. What we've got here, it's actually quite angry. Bruce Lee kicking someone again. Bruce Lee claims his revenge for the death and the beyond. Fist of Fury, fighting someone there. Fighting people, he's sort of showing off a bit there. Bruce Lee, fighting off someone. Well, he's not in that picture, but Bruce Lee, again, kicking someone. I think we're nearly through all this. The Big Boss, so something to do with a dog. Do they throw a dog at him? Have to watch it and find out. Bruce Lee, the Big Boss, so she don't look very happy. And Bruce Lee sort of fighting off a whole army. Bruce Lee fighting off an army again, and we've all got their shirts off because. And Bruce Lee, the Big Boss, and she's sort of opened a lemonade stand or something. I don't know, have to watch the film. Next thing to have a look at, because again there's an absolute ton. You've got a poster. The film that made Bruce Lee the Big Boss. The film that makes the action. Of course it does. So that's the one side, that's the other side. The Way of the Dragon, Bruce Lee, about to kick someone, punch someone, Chuck Norris. You know, the usual thing. So put that to one side. So the next thing is an absolute ton of art cards again. If we can get through them. And these are actually quite glossy. So Bruce Lee, fight someone, Bruce Lee. Nothing really on the back of these, just to thought I'd show you that. Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee again. Bruce Lee with a black jacket. Bruce Lee with his shirt off with nunchucks. Bruce Lee shirtless. And Bruce Lee again. So these are quite interesting. They're sort of, I say, more of a plastic than a card. Feel quite nice, high quality. Something you get in the usual set, because they don't really do paper posters anymore. They're all plastic. And the final one to have a look in this set is this blinking massive book. Just when you thought it ended, they show off more. So Bruce Lee with nunchucks there. And red, not red, I don't know where I got red from, but that's black and yellow. And again, it's sort of a nice hardcover. Always like these kind of books. Like something you get from Second Sight. So we'll go through all of this. Probably not every single page, but just sort of give you a glimpse. And again, there's a lot of information in there, because usually Arrow, they're pretty packed with information. Especially if you like the film, which of course that's sort of the reason you're buying it. And of course you've got an absolute ton of information. I don't know what else to really say, for they've got some sort of cool posters there. Missed it. But yeah, absolute ton. What's this, like nearly 200 pages, 197 there, so it's quite packed. And we've finally done it, gone through every single thing in the set. I think this is, as I said, this is still available on HMV on eBay, so I will leave a link in the description to that if you do want to get it. Alternatively, you know, do keep a lookout on eBay, because you can usually go for pretty good prices, I think. You know, as long as it's not out of print, because you know that's when scalpers really sort of scalp. But yeah, well, gone past the 15-minute mark, so sort of a bit surprised at that. Well, I'm not surprised, there's actually quite a lot of stuff to get through, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope to see you again. Goodbye.